Disappointing effort, disappointing outcome. Disappointment all around. If just to focus and execute on what we had to do. I thought our immaturity showed playing a really good team, great team. Got off to a really good start, obviously, and then just immaturity set in. You're not going to knock a team out like that 5 minutes into the game. Took some ill-advised early threes, which allowed them to get back in it. Knew the officials were going to let us play with the litany of fouls called in the first game. Josh's second foul was not one. And if a defender's arms are not vertical and they're hovering over his head, it's a foul. I thought, Josh finishing even, I thought that absolutely changed the complexity of the game. But most of the things were self-inflicted, and a lot of the things were UConn inflicted. They're obviously a really good team, as good as a college basketball team as I've seen in a long time.
You mentioned before that without Devin running the show, the rest of the guys have to step.
Say it again?
With Devin, you score as much as he does. You really need supplemental support. So the guys complementary to score more points than around him.
Yeah, I need us to do our job. I need to do our job with maturity and shot quality, which was a key to the game. And when you do your job with ball security and shot quality, you have to do your job in transition defense. If you don't, against Connecticut, you're behind. And it's a teaching point for young players. If you play hard in transition early, you actually don't have to play that hard later in the possession because you're not in rotation. If you decide not to run hard early, now you're behind. So now you're scrambling, and a team like UConn that plays to pass, UConn, Creighton, Marquette, play to pass. The Golden State Warriors play to pass. That ball's moving. When a shot goes up, it leads to the third key to the game, defensive rebounding. All that stuff. The guys that were out there were the guys that were out there when we had a 13-point lead. Offensive ability and skill has nothing to do with taking good shots, taking care of the ball, sprinting your hardest back in transition defense.
Some more self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah, I think, yes. And if you self-inflict against a team like Connecticut, it's like it's going to be like a cannon to your gut. So you get it started, but they're going to make you pay every time.
Do you think we're tired a little bit? There was no.
Yeah, absolutely. There wasn't a whistle. Well, it was a long run, the first run, which we knew. You start the game 7 minutes with no fouls, and then Josh Aduro's second foul is one he's retreating away from the offensive player. Players are looking for consistency in officiating, and I thought it was a good crew. Every crew we've had this season, great guys. Just they're looking for consistency, and that Josh's second foul was not consistent.
Garway sick?
Yes, it's going around.
Coach, what was working for you early on when you guys jumped out to such a big lead?
Yeah, we were taking high-quality shots, which leads to good transition defense. We felt like both games we know we can guard them in the half court. You don't have to guard Klingon on a perimeter, which allows you to lock into all their shooters. So that was working. And it was working so well, you got silly. We took 2 really bad transition threes, which you have to be methodical against a team like that. Every time we talked about, every time you cross the timeline, it's a new possession. Just your best defensive possession possible, your best offensive possession possible. If it goes well, if it goes poorly, you have to reset. We didn't. We weren't good. Jaden, 6 turnovers, no assists. We weren't really good. I wasn't very good. I probably should have called a timeout when I saw our guys were gassed, but, you know.
Coach, do you see this as an opportunity to go into the Big East tournament with a clean slate?
Yeah, it is, you know, the proverbial new season. But, you know, I think momentum matters. I think, but yeah, we finished 7th. You know, we have a Georgetown team that played really well today in the Garden. You know, they have great talent. They have as much talent as anyone in this league. You know, it's a one-game season right now.
What are you anticipating from the tournament and your first experience as you head into it for your first time?
Yeah, we play the second game of the day on against Georgetown. That's I anticipate a good atmosphere and 2 really hungry teams.
Kim, what did you say to the group at the half?
What did I say at the half? I said we had to take care of the ball. I said we had to take smarter shots. We're rushing our shots at the rim, air balls, rushing some threes in transition. I said we had to run hard in transition to not get outnumbered. And then I said we had the defensive rebound. They had 12 second chance points, 20 fast break points. I said the same thing we said before the game. Those were the keys to the game.
Was Ticket full go?
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
Coach, what do you have to say about your 2 seniors?
Man, they're incredible. They're incredible human beings, great basketball players. I'm very thankful that I got to coach those 2 guys, you know, for 5 years and 3 years. And I thought they were perfect. You know, they were perfect fill-ins for what we needed. You know, inherited some really good guys, and to bring in some selfless, great teammates that really care about each other. I thought this team needed that. You know, a rough ending to last year's season. I thought it was important to have that continuity with those 2 guys.
When Dan Hurley was in here, he said he felt like you guys are an NCAA tournament team right now. First, would you agree? Second, if not, what needs to happen at Madison Square Garden? I'm
excited to see what the selection committee values. You know, I think there are some flaws in the system right now. I think the net is overvaluing offensive efficiency. You can get your offense really, really good if you play really, really bad teams, and that gets you really high in the net. There's some teams in the 20s and 30s with 1 quad, 1 win. So we'll see. You know, I don't really take much stock into what you think you deserve. You get what you earn in life. You know, so we'll see. If the committee values 5 quad 1 wins, then great. We'll see. Or if they value a high net, we'll see.
Kim, what do you hope your 2 seniors and maybe Devin remember about playing in this building?
They're going to have great memories of playing in front of these fans. 12,608, I think I saw it was today. This is the best fan base in the country, and I mean that. I mean that. Don't have the national championships as some other programs, but have just as much the vigor and fight and want to and support as the best programs in the country, the most successful programs in the country. And those guys are going to have great memories in Friartown. They'll always be loved in Friartown. And I'm excited. I'm excited about what we have to do next week in New York and beyond. But my first run through this league, I'm really excited of what we're going to give our fans. We're going to give our fans a championship program, consistent championship program. I see it clear as day. You know, I don't know if I can say this, but we got caught with our pants down this season. You know, some mistakes. Not some mistakes. Sorry, I didn't. No mistakes. You know, without the depth we needed. We need to. We're going to build this roster to withstand an injury or 2. We're going to have 13 dudes next season, and I'm really excited about what we're going to do here.
Coach, could Devin have done anything more to make a case for being Player of the Year in the conference?
Yeah, I mean, he's Kevin Kerbeck and I filled it out the other day, and I've always just let like one of our GAs do that stuff. I don't really care about preseason or awards, but Kevin Kerbeck asked me for Player of the Year, and I said Devin Carter, and he said, "Well, you can't vote for your own player." And I think he was the most valuable. I think that other team today had a whole lot of guys that could get it. Baylor Shireman, Tyler Cole. It's a lot of really good players in this league. I don't know. We'll see what the other 10 coaches pick. He got my vote, even though I had to pick someone else. We'll see. God bless.